Our second guest is no stranger to any of the birders who might be listening. David Sibley is an American ornithologist and illustrator. His book, The Sibley Guide to Birds, is one of the most comprehensive guides for North American ornithological field identification. 12 volumes, 2 mobile apps, several prints and calendars later, he remains one of the foremost authorities on birds in the continent.
He knows every North American bird by its shade, by its tilt, by its habitat, by its male, female, and juvenile plumages. It's only natural he's the son of a Yale ornithologist and has been birding since his childhood in Connecticut. David Sibley was only 7 when he began drawing birds, filing his illustrations away, along with clips about the natural history of each species. And he's grown up to create the fastest-selling bird book in history. They call him the Beetle of birding.
Appropriate music from Matthew Thornton as well. Please welcome to the fabulous 413, this 413 Dave, the 413's own David Sibley.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Come have a seat. We don't want to knock over the Lieutenant Governor's proclamation. Did you bring a proclamation, David Sibley? Oh, you turn that on for you. Oh, there we go. Good.
I did not bring a proclamation, and I don't think I've ever used the word whereas in my life.
Well, maybe for the next book.
Right now is the perfect time to start.
The downy woodpecker is small, whereas the hairy woodpecker is large.
There we go. Perfect.
Birding is one of the most popular pastimes, if not the most popular pastime in the United States. And you are, anytime we mentioned to anybody David Sibley was coming, it blew their mind. And also, they were like, and he lives in Western Massachusetts?
And we're like, yes.
Yes. But if we live in Western Massachusetts, being mid-April right now, what is something exciting for bird enthusiasts to see, and maybe where? Where? W-A-R-E, the town? Or, no, wherever you'd like to say, yeah.
Like fashion, like where?
Yeah, W-A-R-E. No, no, seriously, where can we see some fun birds right now?
Locations.
Yeah.
Every day is great for birding. There's something happening every day of the year, but this is a particularly exciting time in the spring migration. Birds are flying north, northeast, northwest, all around us all the time. There's birds flying over this building right now.
But some birds are boring. I may be saying this to the wrong guy, but there must be some birds that you're like, oh my gosh, it's the middle of April and this guy's coming back.
Not for me.
Wow, you really just love all birds.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, loving all birds and having seen a lot of the birds in the area in New England, especially because you used to live in Concord, what are some of the birds that you've seen move into the area now that climate change is extra real? Because there's definitely some species that are now making their homes in Massachusetts and in New England that weren't here before, or maybe weren't here in your youth.
Yeah, totally. And I was watching birds in Connecticut as a kid in the 70s. And there, I remember going to someone's house in the early 1970s to see a red-bellied woodpecker, which was like the sixth time ever that one had been seen in Connecticut. And the birders in the audience and listening will know that red-bellied woodpecker is now one of the most common birds all across Connecticut and Massachusetts and the southern half of Maine. In 50 years, they have moved, just colonized this whole area of southern New England. And we're seeing now black vultures are arriving, becoming more common. Carolina wrens have moved north. Around 1900, cardinals were not found here. They are a new arrival. Wow. And so birds have been showing us signal of southern species moving north for more than 100 years.
Wow.
Does that make you nervous as somebody who's been watching this for so long and who had a dad who was watching this?
As a birder, change is constant. Birds are constantly moving, shifting, ranges are changing, populations are changing, and the birds are incredibly resilient. So they're taking advantage of a new environment, new opportunities. A lot of what they're responding to probably isn't so much climate change as habitat, like houses and suburbs create microclimates that are warmer. There are bird feeders, there are exotic plantings that provide fruit all winter long. So birds like mockingbirds and cardinals can move into these neighborhoods because of that, not just because the winters are milder. So it's all, everything is changing all the time, and the birds are just taking advantage of new opportunities. So, you know, it's you can look at it as a troubling sort of worry about where it's going, but I think from a bird's perspective, it's just change, new opportunities. They have been always dealing with change. They're incredibly adaptable and quick to adapt. So birds are going to be fine. And they are just going to shift their home range to wherever they can make the best living.
We're speaking with David Sibley, 413 resident here on this 413 day. He's one of the most acclaimed ornithologists of all time and currently in the United States. I heard you do an interview about why water rolls off of a duck's back. And I had always thought it was because ducks must have some fancy oil on them that a specific type of soap will get off them if they're in an oil spill. But
yeah, Dawn,
which is a very famous public radio story, by the way, with Ira Glass. Yeah. Look into that one. But that is not why water rolls off a duck's back. Can you explain why water actually rolls off a duck's back?
Yeah, and you know, that's what I thought for years.
So
for
I'm glad
decades.
I'm in good company.
I thought it was oil. That's what I always heard, that birds, they have an oil gland back near their tail. They reach back there, get some oil on their bill. They rub it all over their feathers, and that's what makes their feathers waterproof. But when I was working on my most recent book, What It's Like to Be a Bird, I was answering all these questions. I've never been a bird, so I don't
that we know
of. I learned that it's actually the structure of the feather that makes them waterproof. It's the spacing of the barbs on a bird's feather work like Gore-Tex. The space is too small for water to go through as a liquid. The surface tension of the water keeps it in a drop, and it can't go through the tiny spaces between the barbs of the feather. So
That's nuts.
The
That's
oil
so cool.
helps it to roll off, but it's the structure of the feather, like Gore-Tex. So a duck is really wearing, they have down, of course.
Yeah.
Eider down is the most efficient insulation that's known, natural or synthetic. So they have a layer of down and then a layer of Gore-Tex.
It's so cool.
They should have called it Ductex.
Oh, no. In addition to being a renowned ornithologist, you're also a renowned illustrator. You illustrate most of your books, if not all of your books. Mm-hmm. What's changed about your art style in the way that you approach illustrating your books of birds now, as opposed to when you started at 7?
Yeah, well, I'm a little more serious now than when
That's fair.
Than at 7.
I gave you way too much time to consider.
For me, illustration has always been about scientific illustration, understanding the subject and conveying information. It's true scientific illustration. I don't think of it as art. It's and there's I know a Joan Didion quote that she said, "I write primarily to figure out what I'm thinking, and I draw to understand what I'm looking at." It's a way of experimenting, kind of to say, oh, does it look like this? No, it's not quite like that. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's better. And I understand the subject by drawing it, and that hasn't changed in 50 years. So.
One of the things that you've just illustrated is something that, if they already don't have all of your books, which most birders already do, is much more affordable. You have designed a U.S. postage stamp that will be available about a month from now. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Tell us about your U.S. postage stamp, David Sibley.
Yeah, it's funny. I got an email from a USPS art director saying, "Hey, we'd like you to design a postage stamp of bald eagles, and we want to do a series showing the life stages." And I said, "That sounds very cool." So, sale May 14th. Off and on, last year. The stamps are going on sale May 14th. And they really wanted to be educational, to show a series of 5 stages of bald eagle from nestling to adult, to emphasize the life cycle and a little more. So it's to celebrate the bicentennial, the national bird, but it's not bald eagles and flags and things like that. It's really looking at the bird.
And we appreciate that.
Yes. If you could choose a national bird, would it be the bald eagle?
Oh, I'm sure it wouldn't. But I've never thought about that.
Well, we're gonna have you on again, I hope, soon. I actually want to go birding with you with our portable recorder and go explore with you, which would be fun. But I have to ask you one more dumb question about birds before we get back to the quiz. When birds are flying like across the ocean and there's nowhere to land, they sleep while they're flying.
Yeah.
How the heck do they do that? I can't even sleep when I'm flying in a plane.
They can sleep half of their brain
What?
at a time. And
So do they only flap with one wing?
No, you just let your
If
instincts
your
do the
right
rest
part
of
of
it.
your
You're not
brain is
actively-
tired, your left wing doesn't flap.
Not
They fly
actively
in a
thinking for
circle.
interaction.
No, they really sleep half their brain.
They can, and there was a study that actually put monitors on birds, these big seabirds called frigate birds in the Indian Ocean. They're big enough to carry a monitor that actually tracks their brain activity while they're flying. And some of them actually went fully asleep for several minutes while they're flying over the ocean. They got up quite high.
And do they start to crash when they go fully asleep, or they can go full asleep and keep flying?
Full asleep and just gliding.
Did they find out what woke them up?
I had a dream I was flying and then falling.
Yeah. They wake up 3 hours later. Oh my gosh. How did I sleep so long?
Where am I?
There's some other studies have found that birds take a lot of micro naps. Like
Like Kramer from Seinfeld.
they're active 24 hours a day, but they take like 10,000 3-second naps during the day.
What? I'm going to try this myself.
I've done this in the studio.
I've witnessed it. Well, let's give another round of applause for 413 resident, our neighbor, exploring all the birds, David Sibley. And let's call up our contestants and our quiz master again for the second round of trivia here, where David Sibley will act as a go-to for the second round for each team.
So when told I would be writing bird-related trivia, and David Sibley's going to be there. Oh yeah, that's how I felt. Uh-oh.
Birders aren't picky though.
No.
Certain birds are. Isn't that how they get the worms?
So I don't know if this is like T-ball for David, or ultimately if you want to just add context or tell me I'm wrong about things, that's also fine.
Okay.
Everybody learns here.
Yeah.
Great. All right, first question goes to Team Monty.
Okay.
What alluring name is given to the westernmost Hadley neighborhood, which exists on a narrow bend of the Connecticut River and which is a local bird watching hotspot? Birds specifically attractive in the winter for seeing overwintering or migrating birds from the far north.
It's a neighborhood of Hadley.
It has neighborhoods.
It's a village of Hadley. Or like a part of Hadley.
It's a part of Hadley. I don't think it would be referred to as a village.
Okay, Lauren Clark, do you know this one?
Sorry, you said it was an alluring name?
An alluring name.
Do you know this one, David Sibley?
I think
Ask,
I
ask
do.
David Sibley.
I think we should ask David.
David Sibley. What's the answer to this one?
The honey pot.
Darn right, it is the honey pot.
We're back, baby! Yes! Always carry a ringer.
I mean,
Or aren't some ducks called ringers or something like that?
So interestingly, the origin is not so sweet. It was actually given the name the honey pot. Supposedly, it was a sarcastic name given to the neighborhood because of all the pig farms on the peninsula.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Right. No, so your second question, Team Monty. Once commonly seen in Massachusetts before returning to its home range in Indiana, what bird featured prominent green and white markings and a yellowish tuft on its head?
We already said David Sibley can name like every bird by all of its color. Do you have a guess though before we go to David Sibley, Lauren Clark?
Tree sparrow.
No, don't say.
Oh,
That's
no,
your
I don't.
guess.
I-
That's
you
that's your
can-
guess. That's not your guess. Don't throw it away.
You can
That's
say
what-
things.
You can say it, but don't put it as your final answer.
Yeah, it's not a, I don't think it's a real bird.
What?
Not a
Birds aren't real. I've
species.
seen the stickers that say this.
I think Mr. Sibley has just given you the biggest gift on this question.
It's not a real bird. Is it a?
Once
decoy?
commonly seen in Massachusetts before returning to its home range in Indiana, what bird featured prominent?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Now I know. Lauren Clark, do you know what it is?
Larry.
Larry Bird, old number 33. I was like a decoy, a wooden duck. Yes, good. We totally pulled out of that one. Out of that tailspin.
I can't take credit. That was an EPM's own John Sutton's
Ah,
question.
well done,
actually.
John Sutton.
That's good.
Throw a
I-
curveball to David Sibley.
All right, going over to Team Khalees.
Oh no. Okay, great. Yeah.
All right, so this, again, David Sibley, this is the one where you can super overrule me
Okay.
if my answer is wrong.
Okay.
It's hard to find bird statistics. It's easy to find bird facts. Number 19. Some of the largest and noisiest bird flocks that you'll see in Western Mass will involve the invasive European starling. My question to you is, what non-invasive species of bird tends to join these flocks in the largest numbers, sometimes outnumbering the starlings, making truly huge multi-species flocks?
Does the question sound true, David Sibley? Like you know an answer to this that you believe is true?
I have a guess.
Okay. Well, let's see what Laura Cardillo and Khalees have to say.
I say that David's guess is better than ours.
We should convene about our guesses and see how wrong we are together. Is it something similar size?
I'm thinking the grackle, common grackle, is a bird that shows up in very big flocks in the fall
Sure.
and the
That
spring.
would make sense. Like, I'm trying to think of any.
Ken
that has
Washburn's nodding her head in the
similar
audience.
Size and
Claimed birder
color,
from
and
round
that's
one.
the only
Yeah.
thing that, like,
Yeah.
everything else I can think of that is like the only other thing I can think of that's like similar size and.
Maybe if we
color
start
is, like,
counting
Carolina Wren.
in
No,
just
no, no,
random
no, no,
numbers,
no, 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 no,
it'll just be
Okay,
it'll
we're
just
good.
mess up their brainwaves. 17,
But, yeah,
38, 4,
Yeah.
1,
Agreed.
99.
Grackle.
Grackle.
Grackle's what I've got. Nicely done.
All right.
I also would have accepted red-winged blackbirds, though they join in smaller numbers, they will commingle. And this is all like a prevalence of anecdotal evidence as opposed to people counting birds, so that's what I was worried about.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that is all correct.
so much better about that now. All right, last one for you guys. What species of crane has, in just the last 20 years, successfully recolonized Western Massachusetts after being pushed out of the state in early colonial times? Only crane currently found in Massachusetts.
Crane Paper Company. Also in Dalton, right?
Yeah.
We got cranes.
I know all sorts of random trivia that doesn't get us any points.
That's fair.
That would follow
It can't
along
be
with the Larry
Ichabod,
Bird.
that's New York.
Yeah.
That's right.
I didn't know we had cranes. I'm going to be the worst
Yeah.
at this.
They have just moved in the last 20 years or so.
Huh.
When I was a kid in Connecticut, cranes were never, not even on the radar. But now there's quite a few pairs nesting in Western Massachusetts.
That's awesome.
There's a pair in Ashfield that's seen regularly on a roadside there in a sheep pasture.
Good to know.
We're all coming to your house.
Sorry, sheep farmers, we're here for the birds. I do not know what species of crane this is.
I am at a loss.
Yeah. So,
That would be sandhill crane.
That would be sandhill crane.
Good thing we know somebody who knows what they're doing.
David Sibley has 4 points, and we don't really have.
He got all our points, too.
Yeah, no, David Sibley has 4 points this round.
Well, here we go, because David Sibley is also, that's the second question for them, right? David Sibley has also created questions. We're going to do this the same way we did the last one. Hand up first gets it correct.
Okay.
I printed them out for you right there.
Got him.
Don't ask the Lieutenant Governor's printed question. We already know the answer to that one.
Yes. All right. Which of these birds would you not expect to see in western Massachusetts? A sapsucker, a warbler, a harrier, a babbler, a flicker, or a creeper?
That's a lot of multiple choices.
That's
Say them again, please.
sapsucker, warbler, harrier, babbler, flicker, or creeper.
I know a couple creepers in western Massachusetts.
I know several of them, but we just stay away.
Yeah.
We let everybody else know. Whisper networks are real.
You can say A, B, C, D, or E to make it easier if you want.
We need to see a hand.
Somebody put their hand up and say a letter. Oh,
I think it was Team Khalees up first.
okay. Laura.
I'm going to go with the creeper.
That is not correct.
Okay, your chance to steal, Lauren Clark.
You have 8 choices.
There are.
There's only 7 left.
There's 4 left.
All right.
Sorry, one of them was Babbler.
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 Babbler is correct.
Oh, nice!
Yes.
Nicely done!
I believe you have one more question, right?
There are babblers in Asia, but not in Massachusetts.
Cool.
Do you have another question?
Those are all real birds, by the way. I have another question. Although the bald eagle eventually became the U.S. national bird, what species was put forward as a better candidate by Ben Franklin, who
I
said...
know this one too. But they have to have our people put their hands up.
Yep.
Put your hand up.
Oh, that was Team Monty up first.
Okay.
With a nudge. Do it! Is it the turkey?
It is.
Yes!
Yes.
Well, thank you so much to our 2 contestants, Laura Cardillo and Lauren Clark.
Thank you so much for playing with us.
Chris Bigelow, what's the score right now?
It is as close as it can be without being tied. Team Khalees has 11 points. Team Monty has 10.
I'm doing way better than I thought.
I am also doing better than I thought I would be at this point.
Well, before we hear another song from our musical guest, Matthew Thornton, let's thank PV Squared Solar and UMass 5 College Credit Union once again. Thank you for making all this possible. Let's
Thanks
thank
again.
our honored guest, David Sibley, once again.
What an incredible resource to have in our backyard. Thank you so much for joining
Truly.
us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.